Hey guys, so a while back I did a bunch of videos analyzing the 2021 data leak, and this data leak contained information about new Dota 2 heroes, and one of the heroes that I analyzed in this data leak is the Shadow Wraith, and in that video I kept the identity of the Shadow Wraith hero a secret, and I told you guys I will talk about him in detail later on, because the information I found about the Shadow Wraith hero was too big to put in one video. So this is one of many videos where I'm going to talk about the information I found about the Shadow Wraith, and this video is part 1 of those videos where I'm going to finally reveal who the Shadow Wraith actually is. Before we start this video, I recommend you guys to go check out the video where I analyze the Shadow Wraith hero, because I will refer to some of the things that I said in that video in this video. But if you guys already watched that video, let's begin. So based on that data leak analysis, we know that the Shadow Wraith is a hero who have a high resemblance to the Horn hero Pharaoh and Nocturne from League, and you can see the predictions I made for his abilities revealed in the data leak in the screen right now, and you can see that he has a lot of sand related spells despite being called the Shadow Wraith. All of these sand related spells suggest that this hero probably originates from the Scintillant Wastes, and with all of these factors in mind, I found exactly who the Shadow Wraith is, and he is Dwinn the Penance Seeker, who is a hero concept shown in Wolf's portfolio, who is a former Valve concept artist who worked on a bunch of hero concepts for Dota 2. But you might be wondering why I say this is the Shadow Wraith. Well, let me break it down for you. This picture doesn't show much of his features, so it's hard to analyze him, but fortunately we have a clearer version of this hero drawn by the same artist, and you can see that both of these pictures depict the same character. So now we can take a good look at Dwinn the Penance Seeker. Like I said before, some of the Shadow Wraith's abilities are similar to Nocturne's abilities from League, but as you can see now, their similarities are not only in their abilities but in their appearance too, because Dwinn has two blades just like Nocturne, and I think these two blades are his cruel blades, where one is the Simmerstone blade and the other one is the Snake Venom blade, and he also have a genie-like body shape which is also like Nocturne's. Speaking of genies, I think Dwinn is based on a Jinn, which is basically a evil or a demonic genie, and I think even the name Dwinn might be a wordplay of the word Jinn, which sounds similar. But where have I heard of a Jinn before? That's right, from Sand King, because he mentions about a Jinn in his voice lines.
By the Jinn of Quel'Deen.
This Jinn of Quel'Deen is also mentioned in Sand King's lore, where it states that the Sand King's carapace is a magic armor formed by the cunning Jinn of Quel'Deen, and I think Dwinn might be the Jinn of Quel'Deen. This proves that he is from the Scintillant Wastes, like I said before, because Sand King is from the Scintillant Wastes. We get more information about the Jinn of Quel'Deen through this set of Sand King, where it talks about some sort of ritual called the Rites of Quel'Deen, and how luminous runes are used to summon the full attention of the Jinn of Quel'Deen. And it says that in the height of this ceremony, 7 virtuous acolytes are stung to death by Sand King's sting. I think this set's lore basically gives us a detailed version of how Sand King's carapace was first created. I mean, even the name of this set is literally the ceremonial carapace of Quel'Deen. So basically, the Jinn of Quel'Deen was summoned to create this carapace by carrying out the rites of Quel'Deen, which seems to be some sort of ritual, possibly like a cult, because it involves killing the cult acolytes. So we get a bunch of information about Dwinn from this. So we know that he requires some sort of sacrifice to be summoned, which ties him to this Jinn's motive, where he is an evil genie. We also get to know that the luminous runes are used to get the full attention of Dwinn. This could be the equivalent of summoning a Jinn as opposed to a genie where you rub the lamp, and these runes have a greenish glow, which would explain the greenish glow in the temple of sacrifice shown here. All this would explain why his title is the Penance Seeker, because of the way he was summoned. All this ritualistic killing sounds a lot like the Mayan rituals, where humans were sacrificed at the top of the temple on an altar. So I think the rites of Quel'Deen are also carried out in some sort of temple, and I think this picture depicts the temple where he was summoned, because it looks a lot like Mayan temples with the steps and the altar on the top. But I don't think this is a top of a Mayan temple. I think this is an Egyptian pharaoh tomb. You see, these ritualistic human sacrifices carried out on top of Mayan temples involved a lot of bloodletting, and these sacrifices were done to honor the gods, and this is exactly what Bloodseeker's law is based around, where he collects blood to satisfy his gods, known as the Flayed Twins. So Bloodseeker is definitely based on the Mayan culture, and these Mayan temples are commonly known as Mayan pyramids. And guess where else do we have pyramids in the real world? That's right, in Egypt, in the middle of the Sahara Desert. So I think the Scintillant Wastes is the equivalent of the Sahara Desert in the Dota 2 world, and I think this place shown in Dwinn's picture is actually inside an Egyptian pyramid in a pharaoh's tomb, which explains why it's so dark in here. And this also ties Dwinn to the Horn hero Pharaoh in terms of theme and aesthetic. So this means that Quel'Deen is the equivalent of the Egyptian civilization in the Dota 2 world, because the way that they describe Quel'Deen is very similar to how we describe the Egyptian civilization in the real world. This sparks a very interesting connection between the Penance Seeker and the Blood Seeker, because they both have the word Seeker in their titles, they both have similar blades, and if you look at the names mentioned around the rites of Quel'Deen, they look and sound a lot like the names that revolve around Bloodseeker, which are these hard to pronounce words like the ones shown here. I know this is not a big connection between Bloodseeker and the Shadow Wraith, but I'm pretty sure there's some connection between these two heroes under the surface, because now we know for a fact that the civilizations that both of these heroes come from are actually based on real world civilizations that build pyramid shaped structures, and all of these factors will explain the similar titles of Bloodseeker and the Penance Seeker. So yeah, that's it for this video guys. So what do you guys think about Dwinn the Penance Seeker, aka the Jinn of Quel'Deen, aka the Shadow Wraith? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below, because I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. But anyways guys, this was just part 1 of the Shadow Wraith videos, and in the next Shadow Wraith video I'm going to talk about some interesting facts that I found about the Shadow Wraith's development and how his origins actually goes back to the days of Dota 1. So be sure to check that video out, and I'll leave the links for all of the Shadow Wraith videos and all of the other videos that I mentioned in this video in the description box below, so you guys can check out those videos if you like. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and with that said, don't forget to like, share and subscribe and turn on notifications for more videos like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.